Alright. How's everyone doing? Jump in for a bit of a weekly market scan, have a look. See if we can look at some trades, see what everything's doing. Alright, start off with video. All-time highs. We got rid of these this morning, but forgot to save the chart. So this is where we're looking for biddy. Watching on this daily trend, right? Don't need you anymore. Just hoping we're not going to need this 13.8 for a while. Pushing right up on that all-time high. Come back to that daily trend. Holding well. Haven't quite gone bullish in the daily indicator yet. Let's have a look. This is what I am a little worried about. That big 9 doji is always a worry at the top of a trend, at especially at all-time highs with the RSI starting to peak out a little. And monthly getting that big 9 as well. Oh, it's a 9.13. Didn't realise the count had actually got to the 13, so it's a bit of a not jinxing anything here, guys. This is what I see as reversal candles, like the 9s by himself, and you get the giant 9.13. Anyone watches Tone Vaser's show? I haven't seen it in years, but I'm guessing he's probably calling the same thing at the moment. 9s are my take profit. For anyone who's new, my entry would have been here, 2 above the 1, and we try and run 9s out. So a little bit worrying, but you know, we'll see what Biddy wants to do. He wants to keep going up, keeps going up, stays above this daily trend. Then yeah, this stays intact, and nothing else I'm really worried about. Let's have a look at ADA. We might look at the dominance chart real quick. Now, I've been watching this, broke down. We've been checking these out in the live streams, and pretty much every daily video that I do as well. So if we go back to the daily, top down that 9, see all these 9 top outs everywhere. Just holding underneath that 50 moving average at the moment, and sort of stuck between that and 200. So if we start getting closes below the support level, once it broke through, like now support, we get closes below here, we think, oh, that's a good sign that alts might have a bit of a run. But as you can see today, especially in the last few hours, we got a different market structure here. If that is indeed this breaks through the 50, we start making lower highs. If we come back down and you know, triple bottom essentially, just creating a bit of a triangle, but really need this dominance to break down the same way it broke down here, start breaking down in here. When I was watching the video this morning, one thing I did notice with a few things, especially Ripple and Litecoin, if you watch the video from this morning, you can see where the dominance really, you know, really starts spiking up. See this area here, this area here, this area here. It's been the same time that Bitcoin's gone on its had its pushes and gone on its runs. So every time it's gone for a push, you can see it did the exact same thing with the dominance. Now we've had that push, you know, since the 27th of November, after we broke out of that little bit of trend. We had that bearish divergence too. As we come back to that trend to push up, we haven't seen the dominance chart really rise like we have in the past. And I only noticed it this morning because I was looking at a short on Ripple against the BTC pair this morning. I actually ended up exiting it after we did the video. Got out for, you know, tiny bit of profits. But watching like Ripple, and also watching Litecoin and BCH. Alright, this is what we drew from last week. So I'm looking for entries for Litecoin if we can keep closing inside this box. So look, there's a good 23% up to the next level. Got that nice change in market structure, created that higher low there, and have broken this. How long has this downtrend been going for? Now we've drawn in since February this year. So it's been on a very long bearish downtrend for Litecoin. Oh shit, can't see the charts. Man, this might really help, eh? Yo guys, what's going on? Fuck, sorry, I had a exam today. I'm super tired. Alright, where was I up to? Fucking hell, really fucked that one up, eh? Now we can see charts. I didn't click that screen off. Man, I am so goddamn tired. Alright, so we may as well keep going with Litecoin as I was just talking about it. Sorry guys, I didn't look at the other screen. Hadn't clicked onto my trading view. So what we're looking at with Litecoin is downtrend from, where were we, February. Finally broken that downtrend. Daily chart does have some nice new market structure. Just gone bullish on the time indicator. Just getting slightly stuck below this 200 moving average. But if we can break above it, it's going to pull that nice golden cross in from the 50 below it. Chart is a little bit messy. But what we were looking for was a break of this resistance. It was pretty, we had a fair few cracks at it on the hourly over the last couple of days. And then we finally pushed through and now we're holding above that level. So I've been looking for finding longs from this box and trading it up. It's a good 23%, so we'll have a look at that later. But now we've broken that long downtrend and starting to make some new market structure in the daily. You know, higher high would be quite nice, but we'll have to see how we go. Yeah, Hayden, fucking hell, man. Didn't do any good in my exam either, which is fucking terrible. Just one of the ones I just can't stand, eh? Do fine all the other subjects, and I crammed for this for like the last 3 days. I haven't done anything but study, and still, yeah, I should pass, but yeah, it was a rough one. See, I was watching like Litecoin, B-Trash, as Biddy's been, you know, making its. We'll go back to where we were at the start if everyone was listening. So what I was explaining before I turned my thing on, was every time we had a push here from Bitcoin, you see there's two pushes here. So we got one from like the 4th of November, one on the 15th. If we go to the dominance, you know, 15th of November, you saw that it was like really correlated. Same here. So every time Bitcoin had a push, alts bled. That was part of my reasoning for looking at this short on Ripples yesterday, is that I was already in a long for BTC once we did close above this area here, post up in the Discord. It was the long from here back up to all-time highs, or previous highs anyway. Did take some profit at the top. But I was waiting for this move here, back off that trend. It's, you know, it held twice. I was waiting for the trade back up to the top, and kind of wanted to double dip into Ripple. Also, like when you saw those moves with Biddy, every time we had a run up, you'd see that these would bleed. If you come back here, you can see the same time as that, you know, all these alts were just bleeding. And the trend that I actually had drawn, and I sort of had a redraw off this, watching somebody else's, was this, right? So we were looking at this got this nice trend upwards, but we also have this lower high. So it's got good market structure here. Come back down, for a retracement, comes back up, and then we had that lower high here, and then we had break of trend. And once the trend broke, my short was like right on where that trend was breaking. When it came back to retest to try and get back in. These last 5 candles, when Bitcoin did, look at these last 5 candles. This is when Bitcoin had its push, and it just didn't do anything. Where are we? Ripple. Ripple just not phased by it at all, and most of the alts didn't get phased by it. And Litecoin, Btrash, they actually both had positive days yesterday again on their BTC pairing, which was the opposite of what's been happening for the last 12 months, and historically that's kind of what happens. So now we're watching the dominance chart as its whole other thing. So it's still just sort of just sitting in between these two levels, but not making any higher highs. So it's not trending up, it's sort of trending a bit sideways. If anything, staying at the lower part of this channel. So possible start looking for longs. And what I was talking about in today's video that I did was looking at some of these higher market cap coins that have been around for a while, Litecoin, Ripple, Btrash, even though it's Btrash, Ethereum, to an extent Link. And I was watching the Link before, and it did it's still trying to get past here. So Link, we're looking for a break here, needed to get past this level, and I wanted to be closing in that box. Had 3 cracks at it on the 4-hour lead, just wicked out every time. So still no trades for me for Link, and it has fallen down here, and it's getting stuck at this level now. But I'm looking at the more the higher cap coins, the top 10 when you go to crypto, when you go to market cap. This is the trade we were looking at from last week. Didn't get in. Where were we? I think we were in fibs and it bounced. So we got this nice golden cross here where the 50 crosses up over the 200, and had that nice 9 reversal, comes back down, bounces straight off the off that golden cross, and I did miss this because I was busy, but it also lined up perfectly with that 618 fib, so that was a really good trade from here. Whether it was up to the just the next fib level, or we're looking for trading back up to the previous high. Either way, trade from there once you got that golden cross. Even now it's still sitting at about 7% with no leverage, which is nothing to be not too shabby. But at the moment, if we're looking at this retrace, we're getting stuck at the 618 yet again. So I was having a look because I did miss this part of the trade. Just been watching for Ethereum if we can start closing above here and start getting above that 618 and find a close rather than these big wicks. Looking for the next leg up, but the fact that it bounced off the 618 and pulled into that golden cross, and the reason why I like this golden cross is that this 50 moving average now sort of acts as a bit of support. You can see here every time it's come back to it, it's bounced and just held a support. So this should keep going as long as this keeps trending up. But for Ethereum, I'm not looking until we start making new highs and we start getting closes above that area there. Let's have a look at that. I had a long in this the other week. I haven't looked at it for a while. That was the break. It's still just been trending a bit, just a little bit sideways. So I've broken this long, this is most of the alts guys, broken this long, these long downtrends. August, I think this one is, September. Yeah, August, September. watching that big long downtrend, we got that nice 913. So what I was looking for at Bitcoin before was we had that 913, but the other way around. So I bought a bag of this just on that 913 by itself on the daily. RSI a little bit oversold. Coming to the end of the trend, was hoping for a bit of a pop out. I think we got out somewhere here. Can't remember. But the 913s themselves, and that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin at the moment in the monthly chart. And as you go up, you know, daily charts are more significant than 4-hourly charts. Weeklies are more significant than dailies. So we're on the monthly, which is probably the most significant. The big giant 913. So just being cautious. Not in the mood to short Bitcoin, but I'm being cautious. Especially over the next couple of weeks, even if it's a 1 to 3 candle pullback, and then we continue up higher. Let's have a look. All right, we may as well go through. This is the list I normally go through. I just look through the Binance margin in their cross, because that's where I normally take most of my trades. So normally starting off on the daily, ADA came up for a nice double top here. Normally start off on the daily, and then the first thing I'm doing is looking at significant levels around where we are now. So if I can use the tool properly, first thing I'll be doing is looking just for significant levels. So looking for support and resistance. People who might be new on the thing and haven't learnt too much TA, just looking for areas here where price has been and been held before. So we got that nice big wick to the bottom, plenty of structure here. So as we go through, just support and resistance levels, then normally the first thing to look at to see if we are close. And a lot of the time I'll leave them on my charts. I know it's not the best thing to do, but it just helps me as a guide when I'm quickly clicking through. So we've got plenty of structure over here to the left, and you can see that's where we got caught on ADA. Like the last 2 times, and looks like we're heading back down to the bottom of this channel. So for ADA, they're the key areas. Like once we get above there, we're going to have a little bit of structure here. If we go to the 4-hour, we can probably see it better. That little bit of structure about there. But apart from that, it's pretty clear sailing for ADA. Like if we can get back above there, we've got a bit of structure up here as well. But if we taking support and resistance from the daily, there's not too much structure. And once we start closing above here, then we're good. So watching ADA at the moment, seeing what it's going to do. Bouncing around this channel here is fine. But not looking, right, we're going to have a bit of, we're going to have a little bit there, but it's probably like, when we look at the daily, it's probably not, to me, it doesn't seem that significant. But if we're looking at the daily chart, if we can get up and close, there's a good 30% to next reasonable amount of structure on the daily. So I'm looking for ADA to, might be keen to have a look on the bottom here, but I'm looking for the push up first. Buying the break or the retest before we start moving. I hate that tool with a passion. But how we're looking now, double topped, come back. If we can, we've had the golden cross here. If we can, hold above this 50, and this creates a new market structure here, and we start making high lows, and we can stay above this 50. Pushing next time, there's going to be plenty of room on the RSI to get through. Just depends how many sellers are here at that essentially triple top. But if we can break through, then come back down in that retest is probably where I will be looking in the short term. If we trade below that 5, we're going to get a 9 buy. But I'm liking it the way ADA is positioning itself at the moment. So just having a watch, but you know, we're right in the middle of the channel here. There's like, if you go to the hourly, we got some structure, but normally I do trade the 4 hour. So these are the 2 key levels I'm watching. We come back down to the bottom. Be looking for an entry there for 17%. There's plenty of structure over to the left. That's Adam. It's death. Let's have a look. Dailies. So if you look at basic attention token on, you really start zooming out in the daily. We've fallen quite a way. Right. Don't worry about this. What was that, 2019? So the 19 pump actually was way higher. Was actually way higher than the 17. You can see all these 9s at the top, guys, but especially where you see the 9s of the giant wicks for that reversal candle. What I'm looking at on Bitcoin at the moment. See here, 9 reversal. But I like the break of this trend, like this new market structure. We just need to get above this chop. On the smaller time frames, there's still decent amounts in between these two. And it's 18%, moving up closer to 40. But the real area for me is right above here. That's when we're looking to trading up to those levels. But even these small levels in between still hold pretty good percentage gains, just because of how low BAT's actually dropped in the last year or so. Let's have a look. Naga, what's going on, dude? Are you from Lost Relics? Is this stake thing that everyone was talking about in the chat? What is it? Maybe. Oh, come on, man. You nearly got banned in that chat, or didn't you? Man, I'm not looking at fucking... Just wondering what you think. I don't know what it is, dude. Is it on TradingView? I don't really buy into that stuff. Oh, okay. I see that. I thought the other dude that were trying to shield those scams, whatever it was. Coin market cap. If it's not in TradingView, man, I'm not gonna have a sus. I can't really chart much. That's not in TradingView. I like being able to draw lines and things. Nah, that's alright, man. I thought you were the other dude that was grayed out. It was oh man, whatever that was. Where people were shilling those things, and I was like, man, like daily rewards, not holding your own tokens. So I got quickly out of that conversation. But yeah, if it's on TradingView, man, I can have a look. If it's not on TradingView, just not really my thing, man. I do not trade on fundamentals, no. Strictly on lines. I can draw lines on charts. I'll just do TA. Sometimes with fundamentals, like like we saw with Ripple, it does help because you know that the the underlying fundamental when we were, the fundamentals when we were down here. When they match up with TA, so like this was one of the cleanest. This perfect triangle, this wedge that was popping up, and as soon as it broke, it was going to go. So the fundamentals around, if I can draw that properly, god damn it. So like my TA was already telling me yes, get in, but then the fundamentals of everybody's going to be buying Ripple. Because of this fucking airdrop, that once this first leg had taken place, then I was just waiting for the entry on the second leg, and we traded it all the way up. So fundamentals do come in a little bit, but I don't really spend too much time reading. I can just jump on and just draw some lines. All right, let's have a look. What's Neo doing? Because I do want to scalp a bag of Neo for his next run. Or how it has fallen. Oh man, this is a good example, dude, of fundamentals. Remember when was it? It wasn't that long ago. Neo was doing something with was it Phoenix or something? Whatever the staking thing was, and the staking thing like literally ended here. Like it was just like everybody is just pumping Neo for this staking thing, and it turned out to be shit. And then you could just short it the whole way down. So fundamentals to the point of, all right, cool. Everybody is just so hyped about something that I'm looking. That's just going to help me start looking for longs, and because there's going to be just so many buyers in the market, and then when it turns out to be shit, you can see like what has Neo dropped. Like it was around. I remember it still had a bit more of a crack, but like let's say you got in on that second high, like it's to now it's dropped 55%, 60%, and if we're going from highs, it's dropped like 63%. But I'm always keen to learn about fundamentals, just don't have the time to really sit down and read. And honestly, I'm not that smart to understand a lot of the fundamentals, especially when you talk about like staking and yield farming and whatever else goes on in that world. Probably just not smart enough for it, to be honest. BNB, that's what we're looking for last week. Let's have a look. So we're waiting for the break and close here. Just never got the break. Like, this must have been the candle that we were watching when we were streaming last week, and I was just looking for just a clean break. We had that structure over here to the left, looking for a clean break, then traded up and a close, but it just couldn't get past this resistance. So market structure still looks like dog shit. Where are our levels in the daily? Like, do we continue? Hey Benny, how you going, dude? Was it H bar? Where do you trade H bar on, Benny? Oh, death cross. Not a good sign. Hedera hash graph. What does this do, Benny? Hash graph. Never. It's on Binance too, and I've never charted it. And it's got a BTC pair. I don't know what this thing does. Alright, let's have a look. We need that downtrend to break. So we're about to get squeezed into this corner here if it makes a new low. This level here doesn't hold, it's going to have a little bit of support there. It's already got some there. If we come back and double bottom, just needs to break this long downtrend. This has been July, August. So it's been this long downtrend since August. Just the same market structure, and it's barely had a break. Even like those pullbacks have been like the smallest of pullbacks. Let's have a look. 236. Like it's barely pulled back at all. You can see it just consistently oversold. Now, possibility, it just needs to break this downtrend. If it breaks this downtrend, it's going to have some percentage gains. Where are we going to next? Like even that first structure, 50%. Got some here. Second little structure. So it's going to have a bit of a chop once it gets about 50% up. But a break in this, or to be honest, even zoom in. And so it's just same market structure. If this is in fact a you know, a change, and we start getting a higher low rather than this low here, or even if it comes back down and double bottoms, that's a good sign, because every time that this has been, you know, it's come down, it's made a low, lower low, lower low. It's always making it, like, this is the first time in a while where it's actually had a bit of a bounce, and it hasn't taken so long for it to have a bounce. It only had a small bounce, found support, come back up, you know, retested the same trend again. But right now, watching to see what it does, it needs to get, for me, it has to at least get above this 50 moving average. You can see, like, once it fell below it, it's just acted as resistance the whole way through. Kind of got away a little bit there, but you can see that and the 200 moving average, you know, they've finally started moving closer together. Needs to break through both of them for me to be bullish. You can see here where they try to get close together and just rejected, you know, back off basically off that trend and just kept moving down. So it needs to break here, close. I want it to be above both those moving averages, and wanting it to clear this level here. Oh, if I can make the thing work, here we go. So H bar for me would be looking this area here, but I want closes as well, not just wicks. Otherwise we could just be sitting in a small channel. But I do like the fact that it, you know, this looks like it could possibly be a higher low, which it hasn't had in months and months and months. So if we can get a bit of a change in market structure, break this downtrend, break that resistance. You know, there's a lot of things that got to happen, but yeah, we get above here, and there's a decent amount. There's a decent, you know, 40% up that next level. Do I do any live trading? I do sometimes. Like I had an account on here. I had a Binance that I was using for just for streams, so I didn't wreck my own account live. But nah, not really, man. Like I'm normally trading the 4-hour candles. So I'm like, if I'm in trades, I'm in trades. But no like small term, like 15 minutes. I started doing it when we first started doing some streams, but it just doesn't work unless I sit on stream for like, you know, a long period of time. Even if I trade in the 15-minute candles, like I'm gonna get 4 candles in an hour. No worries, Benny. Cheers for hanging out, mate. If you got anything else you want me to have a look at, just shout out, man. And you know, I can get my take on it, personal take. You know, obviously not financial advice, but just sort of what I'm seeing and where I would need it to go to be looking, you know, to be looking for longs myself. Just gonna go grab a drink, guys. Be back in like 2 secs. Nugget, yeah, I haven't done much live trading, but I jump on and play some Lost Relics every now and again, but I normally just do 1 hour of live. I normally go over the Binance margin, and then just do my regular daily videos and have a look at things I'm trading. But yeah, would have to be sitting there for hours to do live trades. I don't really feel like doing. I don't really feel like sitting on a stream for hours on end. All right, let's go through, unless we're just like, you know, degenerate trading the 5-minute candles, which is just, you know, never a good thing. All right, we're looking at EOS. Man, EOS does make some wild moves, doesn't it? So we're looking for here, and we're looking for the pullback to buy there. One of the things I'm glad I didn't come back and see, because I definitely would have taken a I probably would have taken it off that doji, to be honest. I would have taken that to trade back up, and we would have ended up getting stopped out of this. So get rid of that. EOS is like Tron. It just, you know, it does these impulse, you know, 50% moves in like a couple of days. So good if you can get on the right side of it. But yeah, pretty volatile. Gotta be watching with that leverage, but you know, again, it's just fallen so far. So far. You know, volume starting to trend up, that's good. But yeah, not really much when you start closing above that 50 for me. Daily. ETH Classic, still can't get past this downtrend. I have my alert went off. Been this downtrend since February. Same kind of thing as Litecoin. The weekly, this big long downtrend just continues to make just like lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. Starting to see some volume pick back up. We went through a bit of a lull there for a while. And you can see last time the volume picked back up for ETH Classic, what happened. You see here the volume picks up and it did go on quite a run. So still waiting for this downtrend to break properly and then start looking at some longs if we can create some new market structure. So if we start having a look to break, cool. If we go below, we're at 3,000 sats. All-time lows, yeah. Yeah, not really that keen to be shorting. Not really that keen to be shorting. Waiting for this trend to break. Looking for trades from the box upwards. But the fact that we've fallen so far down now, there's still going to be plenty of percentage. It's still like 40% with no leverage once this does break. And if we're looking at the weekly, there's just no resistance back until there. And even in the daily, like we might get a bit of chop through here, but we break this, we're basically going all the way back to that, this area here. Plenty of room to grow, like the fact that volume is up. Just waiting for this long downtrend to break. Already had a look at ETH, did we? ETH BTC. Yeah, there's way too much going on in this chart. I'm just gonna get going daily. This is one of the ones that we looked at when I realized that the screen wasn't on. So we were looking last week. We found the trade after the fact that it happened. We had this nice golden cross here on ETH on the BTC pair. So we had that 50 moving average cross up above the 200. Now they're sitting the right way up to look bullish. And once we did pull back into here, we've just used this 50 moving average as support, and it continues to hold as support now. But the real kicker that we missed was the fact that that golden cross that it pulled back into was like directly on the 618. So that was the trade up to at least, a couple of fib levels. Seeing where it's sitting now, if you look on the 1 hour, this looking a little bit more interesting. But if we stick on here and we run the fibs the other way, getting stuck on that 618 now as well on the way back. So I want closes above this fib level to make sure it's just not a bit of a retrace before we start heading down further. Once you break that 618, same as on Biddy, like once you break that 618, we had that push back to the all-time high. So yeah, just watching ETH. Sorry guys, I forget about the chat all the time. Stellar, Pennant, Hado, let's have a look, man. This thing's looking good. See, we nearly got there last week with this trade. Ended up taking profit on the 9. I really thought we were going to get that whole 15% up. Right, let's get rid of everything. What are we looking at, Hado? Let's have a look. Yeah, how it looks like. successive trend lines. A bit ugly, isn't it? I'm going to get rid of this bottom trend. And there's plenty of wicks. Alright. I do like this halo. My only concern is that you know what, you can probably leave it at the top there. It's just holding that level, isn't it? 19 cents. Does not want to give it up. High low there. See if we can pierce this, alright? See if we can pierce that. Hit this, come back down, and then that's what I want. Whether I buy the breakout above this high here, I'm still gonna get like a little bit of like mucking around, like, but, or we just get squeezed in that corner and then figure out which way we want to go, whether going up or down. I do like the second option better. Once you get squeezed into that corner, because I think if you can get a break on the smaller time frames and a close, or if you even get right down to the bottom here, like keeping that stop loss, you can keep it like here, like even these wicks. I try not to draw these things stream, but if we can get, you know, you can keep this stop loss pretty tight. So your risk reward's always going to be good. Yeah, I like it, man. Just watching, see what he wants to do. Anarchy now, how you going, mate? From YouTube. What's going on? I think you might be the first person from YouTube, Anarchy. Normally we get people watching from Facebook and a couple from Twitch. Ample. Everyone, I saw a few posts about this. Ample fourth on KuCoin. What does this thing do, mate? That's a good looking chart. I like when people give me charts that haven't, you know, quite yet haven't quite yet made their move. But, oh, look at this thing. E. Good old KuCoin, hey? 300%. Jesus. Alright. You can see these nines, guys, and the tops. Tops. Did we get one there? No. This one. So it can pump, right? Like this. Like that a lot. Might have to dust off the old KuCoin. I actually bought some KCS tokens the other day. They were nice and cheap. We'll have a look at that in a sec. What chart? We're looking at Ample. A few people have I've seen them been asking about this, so kind of getting, you know, we've had this resistance here. The only problem with this thing is it just does like insane amounts. Like, these are like 20% 4-hour candles. But if we can get a break and a close, like just went bullish in the TD indicator, we can get a break and a close. You can see here it's just holding this trend. We've got that nice golden cross above both the moving averages. So, you know, the 50's above the 200 the right way it's supposed to be. If we get a break up here, sweet, and then we might, excuse me, sorry guys. We get a break above here, and then we're watching that next level. There's a good 20, and there's 40. Look at the daily. So it can pump pretty hefty. You can see here. Like when it pumps, it pumps. But yeah, once you start seeing these big candles and you start seeing these big wicks to the upside with this coin, it seems like it is the time to get out. So if you're on the daily chart and you start seeing wicks to the upside, time to exit. But it's still pretty cheap. Volume's gone to like literally nothing. But smaller time frames, see that big 9 sell just gave back. The only problem is that there's just no liquidity. There's just no volume. It's like a 13%, 14% drop on an hourly candle. But yeah, we start closing above here, and I like it. Keeps on this uptrend. Could be worth having a bag. Rebasing every day at midday. What does rebasing do? I'm not too sure what that means. Sorry, man. Anarchy. Elastic supply coin in theory. Oh, sorry, Hado. Sorry, man. Sorry, guys. I always forget this chat thing over here. Yeah, no worries, Hado. Market cap. I mean, that's ample. I have seen a few posts about it. Start closing on here. There's a little bit of thing up, but broke that long downtrend. It's just so wicky thing. It's a bit better drawing. Broke that nice downtrend. New market structure. Looks pretty good to me up to the next level. As long as this holds, then yeah, bullish. Break a trend. High, 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 low, high, 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 low. Sort of doubled here. Just needs to get past that resistance, and we're good. All right, so look at Phil, brand new coin. There was a nice 9 buy that I missed, right on support. So we're stuck in this little. For Phil, we're stuck in this little channel. The same channel we were stuck in after we broke this long downtrend. Hasn't been on Binance for that long. It's only about a month or so. But now we're stuck in this really tight zone. Not looking to trade the zone. There's 15% up to here. But this is what we're looking for. We're looking for like some decent closes above this box where we had that previous resistance over to the left, and we did get that one candle, but the two just big bearish engulfing, just straight back down. So still looking for price to come and hang out this box for me. Don't really want to be trading in between here. I want a nice clean break, so we it come up. And I want to be making a higher high than what we got here, then buying a pullback for me, and then make that nice new market structure. That should act as pretty good support if we do break through it on the way when it comes back to retest, just for the fact that we've been there 4 or 5 times here, tried to push through. Once it does come back, it should act as pretty decent support. If we drop below 96 cents, then it takes coins away. Anarchy. Yeah, that's too much for me, dude. I would have to look into what Ample does, because I really don't understand it. Nugget, yes I have, dude. Depends which market you're talking about though. Like in general, yes. People look below 96 and take coins away to increase demand. I'd have to have a look into that, man. I'm going to write that down. Oh yeah, I've definitely made more Bitcoin. Oh yeah, dude, easy. And I've made more Bitcoin, and like my whole trading strategy is to gain more Sats. So I'm trading for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin does 250%, it's just a bonus on top. All right, what's this AMP? Ample. All right, ample elastic research. Have seen a few people posting about it, so I will have a sus, Anarchy, and I'm gonna educate myself a little bit on that because I've got no idea what you're talking about. Don't really do fundamentals so much. Stake sats and chill, my man. And you can sit into stake sats and play Lost Relics all day. That does sound like a good time. But I do like making more from trading. Oh, stack sats. I was thinking to say stake sats. I don't know about that staking thing. But yeah, that's it, man. Trading for Bitcoin, not for money. Getting as many sats as I possibly can. IOST. Again, last week this is where we're looking. Need that break above that resistance here from the left. Just never got it. Won the break and then buying the retest. Just never happened. Other thing was coming down back, and we come back to here. There's a good 40% here, no leverage. So now that we're sort of sitting in the middle of nowhere, got a bit of structure here. If we come back down to the bottom, we'll definitely be looking for some longs. 40% with no leverages. Pretty juicy. However, this comes down, makes a higher low, and we start closing up above like we wanted to do here. So we can move this, we get that pop up, make a new high, take away this one here, so we start making new highs, buying the pullback and the retest. But just waiting patiently. Coins at 31 sats. We'll look at Verge in a minute, because talking of 31 sat coins, I did go and grab myself a bag of Verge last week, and they added it on margin on Binance, so currently trading it with margin now. Linky. Man, this thing has fallen, hasn't it? Any Link enthusiasts in the chat? I know that the Link has quite a passionate following. Down 60% since August. Like 3 months. Finally broke this downtrend, but now it seems to be stuck below both the moving averages. Two levels I'm looking at, but there's just so much clutter in here with Link. Even if we get above here, we're still below both those averages. For me personally, I want to be above both those moving averages and have a bit more clear space. Let's have a look at the daily. And a big huge death cross coming in on the daily, and below both of them here too. So until we get back above those, not that keen for Link. Could do its thing, but I'm looking for when we start getting some more clear skies up around this area, which I know is probably about 50% from where we are now. 43. Yeah, just watching. I can probably pull this one up a little bit. We're still getting stuck on that. Litecoin we were looking at before. Bullish on the TD indicator on the daily. Broke that downtrend. Just watching at the moment, guys. Seeing what it's going to do. Just watching. This is the area where I was looking for longs. So after we finish this, I might go have a look in the smaller time frames, see if I can find myself an entry. But this is where I was looking. What else we got? How long have we been going for? Nearly hit that hour. Link is a strong worth huddle. Yeah, like the Link community is, man, you don't want to piss them off, eh? Like everyone is like, and I don't even understand what Link is. It's like an ETH killer or something, is it? I don't really know. That's from my 10 minutes of quick research. But the thing with Link is like it can pump, and that's the thing. So when it does start having its run, like look at these, it just trends so well. It doesn't chop and change. In a bit of sideways consolidation, so yeah, definitely can pump. I'm looking for a bit of sideways action, bit of consolidation, then looking to buy that breakout, because I think next time it does run, it's going to run pretty hefty. Whether you see this big triangle here, and you just like, how much does this look like 2017 Bitcoin? Big triangle fucking to the death. If we get rid of, let's take some smaller. Big on smaller time frame. Sort of this, break out of this, it does look alright actually. That level there. Watch a break. How much is this? If this consolidates sideways, there's probably like 50% in this, 40% in that 40% in here, in that channel. So range trader, go nuts. Just up and down the channel all day. Got my link. Oh yeah, link in 218. Whew. Yeah, man, my chart goes way back. Jesus. What'd you get link for? What month? Doesn't really matter, does it? 18. Like it's been on like such a massive, just bullish uptrend since where are we now? At least 15x. He's selling at the top, 40x. Fuck, it's massive. Yeah, Link's like one of the only things that's been in this like just really nice uptrend. So this trend here. Like, do we wait for this to catch up? I'll tell you right now, if it does pull back to this uptrend, like the long-term trend, we'll be buying bags. But yeah, just watching here. This support does fail, could come back to that overall trend. Nice one though, dude. That's huge. Steady hands too, my friend. 2018, holding Link for like 2 years. Like, I know people that have been holding like imagine holding Raven for 2 years. Bought this in 2018. Alright, Raven. How is Raven doing? So, this is what we're looking at. Come back down to that support. Just didn't hold at all, did it? Still hasn't made a, hasn't made the lower low. Had that big 9, did break. It broke out of that. This channel was here for quite a while. August. The same time all the alts just started. It was just sitting there, and then it sort of just moseyed the way out. Is this a higher low, and do we start making higher highs here? And we change market structure. Now we've broken out of this channel. Still not interested in Raven until we get past this this level of resistance and start closing. But there is a sneaky amount up. There's 30%. This thing has fallen so far. 76 sats. Alright, one more coin, and then we jump off for the night. What should we look at? Dash, because I have a big huge bag of it. Or actually, let's have a look at what Wi-Fi is doing. So we caught this trade last time. That was the previous week. And we're looking, we must have been in here last week sometime. So we got that nice little trade up. 30% no leverage. Once we get above that box, let's just delete the whole chart. Start from where we are. So this is another thing that you know, had to rise up. That head and shoulders. Gross. I think it pretty much hit the like the other day. Look at that thing. Broke the neckline. That's your target, isn't it? Am I doing this right? Oh yeah, the target's back down to like minus. Yeah, once that broke, it was on. But now that we have a backup, you know, there's just not enough data on this for me yet. But interested in closes in the daily above that level there, and we start making new highs. Is this the start of a new uptrend for Wi-Fi on the daily? Now we're just going to get squeezed right into this corner. Just like to get squeezed into the corner and pop up. What does it pop down? And we are out again. Definitely liking the possibility of breaking up and looking at longs once we start closing the daily. You can see here again goes nines to the top. So keeping an eye on Wi-Fi. Let's add an alert to this because this thing can pump and get some good leverage on it too, especially on the perps. So I'm watching for Wi-Fi. Alright guys, thanks everyone for hanging out. Nugget, nice to chat with you, mate. I will see you in Lost Relics. I might play a little bit later. I'm gonna go get some food. Cheers everyone else for hanging out as well. Anarchy, thanks for showing us. I've written down in my book, Ample. I'm gonna go have a look at that because I've got no idea what this rebasing and all that kind of stuff. Will educate myself a little more on some fundamentals. And always Hato, cheers mate, hanging out, and Josh. Alright guys, I will be doing my daily videos. Please hit up that YouTube, little subscribe and a comment every now and again. It goes a long way with the algorithm. YouTube does not like crypto, so if you guys could help us try and grow that channel, all the links to all my stuff is in there too. But do daily videos, just on a market update, just with things that I'm trading and what I'm looking at. I was looking to look at Verge. Currently in a trade on Verge. We got 50%. 50% back to that high. I'll make sure I do not sell my bags of Verge this time before they have a run. So volume starting again on Verge. Broken long downtrend, hit that really nice level of support, broke up, came back, retested, bought the retest. Looking to trade it up at least to there. See how my hands go, trying to get back to like, you know, 90, 97, 96, 97 sats. Say, now I can get leverage on. 162% back up. Scout myself a bag. Alright guys, thanks everyone for hanging out. Cheers dude, I will catch you on Lost Relics. Now I know who you are in there too. Awesome. Cheers Benny. Alright.